What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Nevin the Barber, and in today's YouTube tutorial we're going to be going over a high bald fade. So as you guys can see, I went ahead and started this haircut off with the number 4 guard on top just to knock off all of the bulk on my client's head. And his hair was pretty long. It had been about 2 months since he had a haircut, so this was a pretty big transformation for him. But like I said, I am going to go ahead and start off this haircut by using the number 4 guard, just ensuring that we knock off all the hair down to a number 4 before we even start getting into the fade. And personally, I do like to start off my haircuts by doing this, especially when it's a buzz cut. So now that I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and set in my first initial guideline with my gamma trimmers. And with this first bald line right here, I'm starting it at the top of my client's parietal ridge, and I am bringing it above his occipital bone on the back just because it is going to be a high bald fade with no drop. And now that we have that set on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and create my next guideline with my Gamma Ergo's no guard lever open. So this is the cutting the hair down to a 0.5 length. And little by little, I'm just going to start closing the lever one notch at a time while shortening my cutting stroke as I attack that guideline. And this might take a little bit longer on some clients than others depending on the hair texture that they have. So just be patient and consistent with your cutting stroke whenever you guys are doing this. And now that I have the right side blended out, I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the left side of my client's head, taking up that guideline up about an inch, just because I do want to give myself enough space to blend it out. And again, doing the same process, I'm just going to start closing that lever one notch at a time. And when you guys are doing this, you also want to pay attention to the growth pattern of your client's hair. Some of your clients are going to have hair that grows out in different directions. So in that case, you'll just have to angle your clipper in the direction that the hair is growing out of the scalp. But just be sure to pay attention to that, just because it will make the job a lot easier whenever you guys are doing this. So now that I got that first section blended out on both sides, I'm going to take my number 1 guard all the way open. So this is now cutting the hair at a short 1.5 guard length. And same thing, I'm going to go up about an inch just so I have enough space to blend out this guideline. And within this next guideline right here, this is really going to be where the majority of my fade pops out. But before we blend out that guideline, I'm just going to blend into the bulk area and over the parietal ridge into the crown. And to do this, I went ahead and used my number 3 guard all the way open, followed by closed. With the bigger guards, I don't usually do as much lever play. So now that I did that with the 3 and the 2 guard, I went ahead and went back to the half guard with the lever all the way open. So now we can focus on that last middle section that we have in our fade. And again, repeating the same process that we did when we started the fade, I'm going to start off with the lever all the way open. And then I'm just going to close it little by little as we attack that guideline. And if you guys have learned anything in this haircut tutorial so far, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do appreciate each and every single one of my subscribers. So thank you for any of you guys who tune into my videos. I do appreciate it. And you guys can see that that middle section is blending into the crown area little by little as we're attacking that guideline. And it's very important that you guys identify any last dark areas that you need to clean up before you get into the next section, just so you know what guard is going to take out, each guideline as you guys are going through the fade. So now that I have my fade complete, I'm going to go ahead and begin the edge up on my client. So as always, I like to begin my edge ups on the forehead, on the front of my client's forehead before I do the box. And I like doing this just so I can keep my client's hairline as natural as possible. And of course, nobody wants to push back hairlines. Whenever you guys do this, of course you can get that crispy line, but just make sure it's right at your client's natural edge up. So now that I have the left side complete, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the right side, connecting my edge up from the middle of my client's forehead to the right side of his temple. And I do have the modified ES3 blade on these gamma hitters, if you guys are wondering. I'll be sure to include that in the description if you guys do want to check it out. And now I am applying some semi-permanent hair dye on my client just to make his hairline pop out a little bit more. And this is just an enhancement right here. All enhancements are used for is just to enhance the cut, especially in a case like this when my client's corners are receding and he wants his forehead to appear with more of a fuller look. And again, when you guys are doing this, you do want to be very careful that you don't over apply the enhancements. Like I said, they are just used to enhance and make the haircut pop just a little bit more. But as you guys can see, I was able to apply them while still, maintaining a nice natural crispy look. And just going over his hairline one more time with my straight edge razor, just to really give it that picture perfect look. And whenever you guys are using the razor blade, it's always important that you apply constant tension in the opposite direction that you're bringing the blade in. And you guys can see that my client's hairline is really starting to pop now that we've enhanced it and went over it with the razor blade. And one more time, just going over his hairline with the trimmers, just ensuring that we cleaned up any last flyaways. And now for the fun and satisfying part of the haircut, I'm going to go ahead and take off the bulk just to finish up the blend. And again, like I said, these are the modified gamma hitters. If you guys are interested in purchasing these, feel free to use my code NEVIN10 for a discount at checkout. You guys can see I was able to take off the bulk with these trimmers. So now that we have that complete, I'm just gonna go over that trimmer guideline with my Gamma Uno shaver just to ensure that we got that fade all the way down to the skin. And personally, I really do like using this fading technique just because you guys won't find yourself struggling, to knock out that skin line in the middle of your fade. If you guys do your fades like this and take off the bulk in the end, it's personally a lot easier just because, like I said, that's the final step you guys have to do, and it just brings a lot more contrast to the bottom of that fade. And same thing on the other side. Anytime you guys let your client go, you want to make sure you put in any last details that you can. Not only will your client appreciate this, but it will increase your chances of retainment. So never be afraid to go back and, like I said, just detail your cut and put any last perfections on the haircut that you're going to do. And one more time, just using my straight edge razor to clean up any last stubble that might be on my client's face or behind his ears. And I'm going to finish up this fade doing some thinning shears over comb just to blend up into the crown area. And personally, I do like to use shears in all of my haircuts, regardless of what haircut it is, just because it really does give it a nice, clean, soft finish on top of that fade. And whenever you guys are doing this, it is very important that you roll that comb off of the parietal ridge. That way you're not cutting into the crown. But that is about it for today's high bald fade. Again, if you guys learned anything in the video, please be sure to smash that like button. Drop a comment letting me know what you guys want to see next. And please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But again, it's been your boy Nevin the Barber, and I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one.